Welcome back to a tiny update video. We are talking today about AMC, BYND, FFAI, GNS, SPY, and NASDAQ. If you're interested, just stay tuned. As always, I'm using the fractal method explanation video at the end of the video. So let's jump into AMC. As always, today, just a tiny update for what we have done today. For the bigger update, 2-part squeeze, 1-part squeeze, price targets, and at the end, I will link the bigger update at the end of the video. Right now, we're just looking what we have done. So let's zoom in. So, and we didn't do really much today. I mean, except of just breaking to the upside and killing 2 variants. Yeah, that's the only thing we did today. Yeah, because if you remember, we had 4 versions. 2 of them are dead with this move today. Yeah, first version, which I think you will like, which died today, is the bearish one. Yeah. For me, the version where we now knife down and making a new low with these levels, in my opinion, for the short and middle future, yeah, is off the table. Yeah, we are too high. Second version which died is the main tracking. Yeah, my main tracking is also dead now because I said if we break over 153, the main version is dead. So we have only 2 versions left. First one, the alternative version. Second one, the BABS version. Yeah. We start with the BABS version today. Again, not my version. Yeah. So it is coming from a very good colleague for me. Yeah. Just because I don't like it to just compare past patterns. And this is just, for me, this would be too, it doesn't matter. Right side is 1 hour, January. Left side, 1 hour today. Yeah. And the BABS version is just taking with the eye 1-to-1. Yeah. That means here's our V, here's our V. This section here was this little section here. This candle, which we are waiting for the whole time and we are not getting, was this one. This uptrend was also this uptrend. And this breakout is the breakout we are doing right now. Yeah. For this version, we still need a 0.5 pullback. Yeah. In that case, the thing is with this, as long as we're not going over T, as long as not going to the 200 EMA, yeah, this version is, I would even say, my new main version, just because I like it more. I showed you yesterday why I don't like the alternative version. For this version, anytime now, yeah, anytime anything under 180, we getting the pullback. Yeah, what pullback? Whatever level we get. Yeah, so let's say we're doing something like this tomorrow on Friday. You're just taking your fib from the low to the peak, and then you're looking for the 0.5 or the 618 fib. That these two are your bouncing ranges. Yeah. And then you still need to do the higher low. Yeah. For both versions I'm showing today, I'm still the opinion it will be earliest end of April, most likely May. Yeah. If we, before we go to the other version, if we're just going up and we break the 200 EMA, yeah, I can't track it anymore. Yeah, I mean, you all know breaking the 200 EMA means squeeze, so it never happened in the past. So if you do that, yeah, fine. Yeah. Also, before we go into the second version, really, just a warning. I already said back here, I bought 50% of my position. Normally you hear from me, wait for this pullback. The only problem here now is, I will show that, for example, for GNS today. There is a possibility that we're doing this shit after hours. And I don't want to be the asshole and saying, no, we have to 100% wait for this pullback. Yeah. That's why I already have my 50%. I wait for this pullback to put in the other 50%. If I'm not getting it, if we're doing something stupid, yeah, okay, so be it. Yeah. But I trade and track like that. So I can't go full in before I see my landmarks. But that's me personally. Yeah. But again, to wait for this would be dangerous. Yeah. Now to the alternative version. Would be just this. Yeah. We still go up. We don't get a pullback. Yeah. Right now. Our 200 AMA is right now at 2.9. Yeah. I still think we would reject this trend line. Yeah. So something between 180 and 190, somewhere in this range. You do a 0.5, 0.618 pullback, higher low, and go. Here the absolute same thing. Yeah. Still think it will be end of April, May. And also here there's a possibility that this is happening after hours. Yeah. Again, we always saw AMC's breaking Monday, Fridays. Yeah. So if you don't see anything Friday, if you don't see anything Monday, you know you wait the whole week. Yeah. As I showed yesterday, with this version, and why I don't like it, there's still the chance, not saying that it's happening, yeah, because this version is one-to-one what we did in May 2024. And this was not an end of a fractal. They showed yesterday, if you're doing that, there is a possibility that we are not going over 9, because it wouldn't be the end of the fractal. If we jump this, forget it. Yeah. But if we open here, be careful. As I said in the last video, if you're interested, you can watch it. Yeah, and that's for AMC. Yeah, we're just going up. There's nothing to say about it. Okay, then let's jump into BYND. So for BYND, also just a small update video. If you're interested for the big one, big update video at the end of the video. Before we go into the small tracking, yeah. For our next price target, my next price target is still A. Yeah, this A has to be over big T. That's still over 15. I know it's stupid because that's 3000%ish. Just saying that's not even so stupid, because there's an even more stupid one. Yeah? That's in a second. Because I get the questions, can BYND go before AMC and GME? The thing is, normally from the IPO here in 2019, BYND made its all-time high in 2019, way before AMC and GME. And in 2021, we made exactly at the squeeze stage from AMC and GME a lower high. So a few months ago, I would have answered you the question with a yes. But for this, we should already have run, yeah, to repeat this. Yeah, because from all-time high to lower high, this was 500 days. There is not enough time. I mean, if the meme's going in May or June, there's not enough time for BYND to do all this. It just isn't. So I think BYND will just run with the memes. Could be wrong, yeah, but I don't think that this is 100% proven that BYND has to go before AMC and GME. For the absolute stupid version, for normal tracking, our next target is A, yeah, 15. Pullback, breakout retest, the B is over 43, pullback, all-time high or not. But, yeah, because if you look at higher low, if you look at T, if you look at L, and if you look kinda at C, what do you see? You always see a V, higher low, run. Here is very small, here only see it on the 5 minute, but you have a V, higher low, run. Same for L, same for C. So at every major landmark of BYND, we never saw A and B. So the absolutely stupid version, whenever we are finished down here, and because the whole fractal is finished, yeah, and our next target is A and B, we could do something stupid. That is stupid. But if you look at the whole market in the last weeks, what is not stupid about it? So, yeah. Okay. Now to the micro tracking. So, also, in my opinion, BYND, we had 4 versions, and also BYND killed 2. Yeah, because in my opinion, we are so high right now. The version with we are going under 50 cents, making new all-time low, taking a full year to do the higher low. Could be wrong, but for me personally, the all-time low theory off the table, dead. I still leave this how do you call it? This candle? No, this line. Sorry, as a reminder. Yeah, but I think this is off the table. Same thing for the pullback to 57. Yeah, in my opinion, we are too high. In my opinion, also off the table. So, what do we have left? First of all, if you watch the last videos, you know I hate that. Yeah, because this should have been lower than here, but we are over T. End of story. Because of that, I gave you the price targets. Yeah, over 62 bullish, over 66 bullish, over 72 very bullish, over 80 no talk anymore. Yeah, and the only level which is left is 80. Yeah? So, first of all, we higher low, run. If we're doing something stupid, we could just go. Just saying. If we do something normal, yeah, then this here is our A. Yeah, over T, our A. And if we do something normal, this here is already, could be already our higher low. The only way, if we go still up tomorrow, is that we get one last push. But for this, we are not allowed to break over 80. Yeah? Anything over 80 cents would be our peak for our A. And then we still need a 618 pullback. Yeah? So something 64 cents range. Yeah? Would be the same like here in October before we got our massive squeeze. Yeah? You see, we made a V, higher low, and here was our A. Yeah? We went up, pulled back 0.5, 0.618 pullback, and after that, poof, this goes. Yeah? So if you're not doing something stupid, I would still look for something like that. Yeah? But, and that's a big but, if you go over 80, it's the same shit like AMC. This can't be A anymore because A isn't breaking over M. Yeah. In that case, if we're not squeezing, yeah, we just not doing the little landmarks, yeah, and our next target is this here, yeah, 136 for our middle A, yeah. Then we should do a pullback again at 168 and go up again, yeah. because I showed you in the last video already. If you're doing tiny steps, yeah, we have to go first over T, breakout retest, then we have to go over M, 0.5 pullback, and then comes our big target. But as already said, normally, if a run is finished, BYND is just saying fuck you, and it's just going up. So, all in all, if BYND is going before the memes, now. If BYND is going with memes, AMC, GME, for example, we will do these tiny baby steps, but directions upside. Yeah. Downside with this move, I just can't see. Okay. Next one, FFAI. So just tiny update. Yeah. Just for people who don't know it, our price targets, if we're not going bankrupt. For A, over $4, for B, over $150, and C, without a forward split, you have no chance to get to this. Yeah. If you're not doing a forward split, this is your highest target in the best case to get. After that, you go bankrupt. Yeah, just saying. So I already wondered that I wasn't bombarded with questions what we did in after hours, because we got again a 20% move from here to here. Yeah. Thing is, this isn't changing anything. Yeah. I already said in the last video, in the best case for me personally, we do that is this our higher low. Yeah. And this higher low, we already have a pullback target, and the pullback target is 23 cents. Yeah. Or the 786, which is quite the same thing. Yeah. We have to go lower than here. It would have been nice if this would have just go up. It didn't. It would have been also nice if this would have broke M. It didn't. So if we just look at this, tracking wise, this looks perfect still. Yeah. Here would be our V. If this is the V, we did a perfect little higher low. We did a perfect A, perfect B, and we closed and rejected under T. So this right now is perfect, our peak from the higher low. Then we did a lower high, fallback, perfect M. We came lower than our M, and this now would be just T. Yeah. So next move is under 23 cents. And of course, holding this level. Yeah. After that, you can go to the stupid numbers. Or what I showed last time, there's maybe a second higher low before we go. Yeah. What I mean with that, it's just the same thing like in 2024. Yeah. In December, yeah, you did one higher low, second higher low. Then we got the 300% run. Or like in April 2024, you did one higher low, bigger higher low, and then you got a 10,000% move. Yeah, possible. Could be that FFAI is running with the memes in May. Maybe. I know financial advice. I still have my Januaries. I wouldn't go anything lower than Januaries. Just my idea. Just because you could do this higher low, then just going sideways. Yeah, we did that in April, if you look. Yeah, higher low, sideways, higher low, sideways. This could be months. Yeah, just saying. Doesn't have to be. Maybe it's going with the memes in May. Could be. Again, if you touch or break 20 cents, it's over for me. Yeah. We're coming then into a range where the same like here or the same like here, you will fall. Yeah. But again, 10 days under 10 cents, and you are gone on NASDAQ. Yeah, no talking, no whining, just delisted. Yeah. And before FFAI is going on OTC or is delisted, they will reverse split. And I think this will kill the play, yeah, for most people, yeah, because they will do most likely 1 to 100, 1 to 1000 reverse split. Yeah, it wouldn't destroy the fractal, but you know. So right now there is hope. Just hold this level. Yeah. Okay. Next one is GNS. And GNS is getting interesting. I already posted this today. Yeah. For short, if you want the full story, bigger video at the end. In short, for our price targets, whenever we are finished here. And in my opinion, this looks perfect. Next target, anything over 7 for our A. For B, anything over 80. And then the question is, are we breaking all-time highs or not? Also here, before we go into micro tracking, same like FFAI, same like BYND. Higher low, top, higher low, top, higher low, top, higher low, top. Yeah. Also GNS. And GNS has no option chain. That could be also the reason. Just never is doing A or B. So if we want to be stupid, whenever this is finished, we could do something like this. Not saying you should bet for that, but there is a possibility. Yeah. For the micro tracking, our main tracking was that April 2025 till today is our big macro high low. And since here, I was waiting for an entry and I bought exactly here on the dot. Why? Not because of, no, just because we went under the 786 and because we went V under A on that day. In the second we did that, I bought. And I said in the last videos, whatever we are doing here, this little thing here, we are talking about a difference between, I said, I think 45 cents to 32 cents or something like that. I think, I don't know anymore, but it was a little bit difference, and that we could just break out or we're just doing the micro high low. And what the hell? Yeah, we finished the micro high low today in one candle. Yeah, in one candle, because this is just our micro high low. We have our V, we have our small micro high low. We did a perfect A, perfect B. We rejected T. This is our peak of the micro high low, and we knifed down. But we didn't knife to the ground. No. We knifed under the 786. We knifed under V under A and bounced, at least till now. Yeah. And if you look at the 1 minute, we even added a micro high low. This one. So, I have to say, I am out of landmarks. I don't have anything anymore. Yeah. The only thing, if we're not going up and not going down, is we doing this. I have nothing left. Finish. End of story. Yeah. So yeah, time to do something stupid. Yeah. As a warning, as already said from the first video, my stop loss is 20 cents. If we touch or break 20 cents, I will still track it, but I won't touch it anymore. Same story like FFAI. Yeah. If we break down, there is a possibility we're doing a stupid higher low. Okay, fine. Yeah. Don't think it, but fine. But if you touch 20 cents, no. Yeah. Danger of reverse split, danger of delisting is way too high at these levels here. And it would destroy a 1 year higher low. Yeah. And I'm not holding through this. Yeah. Not after FFAI. Not thinking that, but my stop loss is here. End of story. But right now it looks perfect. Just saying. No financial advice. Okay. And last two ones, which are fucky, is SPY and NASDAQ. Only thing I can say to this is, my God, was I wrong. Yeah. I showed you both ways. Yeah. But again, I'm not one of the guys who is saying, I told you. Yeah, because I showed. No. I showed you both ways. I was a bear. Yeah, because for me, we should have rejected here. Yeah, I will also tell why, but I thought we would reject here and go down. No. Yeah. The bearish thesis, my bearish idea, which I had now more than a year, is that. End of story. Yeah. I told you, if we break 680, 88, 690-ish in this range, this is a breakout of this wedge and we go up. Yeah. Before we go into the micro tracking, yeah, because what is happening now? Yeah, because I already read so many times today, okay, now we will go down or massively down, or now we will do breakout retest. 100%, because we did that in the last year all the time. I think people are damaged from 2025 in 2026. Of course, we could do that. I will also show that. But you broke out of a wedge and broke all-time highs. What people are damaged and fearing of is just, if you look at this, you go down, you went up, new all-time high, instantly knife. You come up again, new all-time high, instantly knife. You come up again, all-time high, instantly knife. You go up again, new all-time high, two of them, knife, knife, knife. All is the same, yeah, since December 2025. Thing is, yeah, but these ones are no big broadening wedges. Yeah? What I mean with that, if you just look back, the last big broadening wedges, and I mean big ones. Of course, this is also a broadening wedge, but this is a small one. Yeah? I'm talking about the March, April, May big wedges. I'm talking about this wedge, for example. Yeah, 2025 this time. Yeah, when you broke all-time highs, you just start running. Same thing with this broadening wedge in July 2023. When you broke the all-time high, you just were running. Or, I mean, you could say that this is also still the broadening wedge, and you broke here all-time highs. Yeah. Or here, February 2020. Broadening wedge, a very steep one, but when you broke all-time high, you went up really crazy up. Yeah. And about this, we will talk there. So I wouldn't, I mean, in my opinion, with other less than day trading, yeah, because my puts are dead, yeah, but I made so much more in day trading with this. But except day trading, I wouldn't go very long dated out. I wouldn't even go overnight. Yeah, just so you can get out. But for what would happen right now? We start with the bearish thesis. Of course, we could do now a breakout retest. Okay. Also, if we break under this wedge again, which I don't think, but if we break under this again, we can talk about crash again, because a breakout out of the wedge, but falling back into it is very, very bearish. yeah, then this could be maybe really just a fake out. Yeah. And we really go down. Could be. Not thinking that, but could be. But all in all, this was a V. Your next thing is an A. But we don't are allowed to fall under this wedge again. An A is doing a 0.5, 0.618 pullback. So what is our target? Well, from our V, we have to go up 0.5. That means our target is 750. I mean, I'm not saying we're doing it now this. Yeah, I mean, I agree. We're running now at 14 days. So we could, but I mean, maybe a little bit slower, or we just really run. Why not? Yeah. Main point is, this is our target. Then we're doing a breakout retest, 0.5 breakout retest of the wedge. And then it gets interesting, because if we bounce here, I tell you 2026 green, maybe 2027 green, maybe 2028 green. Yeah, doesn't matter what the fundamentals are, how the world is going, doesn't matter. Then you're going into a multi-year bull market. End of story. If you're not bouncing here and you're breaking under again, then this could be the market top. I was thinking was this. Yeah. If you're falling back here again, this is crash time. Yeah. Good. One last thing before we go to NASDAQ. Yeah. Because why I thought and why I stayed till the end that this was M. Because we were always looking for a B and a B pullback. We never got this here. Yeah, I mean, okay, this was V. This was A. Fine. But we never got a B pullback. This was not a B pullback. Yeah. And that's why I said, and I was very strong in my opinion that this was M. Yeah. Because you weren't allowed to break over it and you didn't got an B pullback. So what the fuck? Yeah. And then this candle happened. This little fucking candle. This for me was fuck. Because you only have to look. This is your A. Yeah. Here's your A bottom. From here to here. That's a perfect 0.5. Yeah. So this was your B. This was your B pullback. And to make that absolutely clear, yeah, this was Tuesday. And this was the day of the breakout. So at 4 a.m. in the morning, so whatever time is for you, yeah, when the pre-market was opening, in the first second, and I think this only took a few seconds, all investors, all institutions, all retail investors decided in the first second they are selling massively to the 0.5 and instantly buying it up to the 0.5, up to this. Of course. I mean, you can have very good answers for this. For me, is this the fractal saw shit, we go up. We're still missing a B. We're still missing a 0.5 pullback. So I have to do this. And this was clearly our B. And our next C is up there. It's stupid, but fractal. Okay, for NASDAQ, it's quite shitty, yeah, because the thing is, now really the shitty version takes place where we have this little M and this little T, but we broke in after hours all-time highs, so it has to be like this. So same as SPY, yeah, up, breakout retest, bull market, crash. That's NASDAQ, yeah. Also the same, if you're not suddenly breaking under this again, it's a little bit clearer than SPY, because if you fall in this wedge again, your next target is 540. and that quite quick. Yeah, as I said again, breaking into the wedge after breakout again is fucking bearish. Then you will knife. And there's one last one, which maybe, I don't know, I don't read a lot of it, but someone is missing here. And that's IWM. Because IWM is the only one which didn't do a higher all-time high yet. So I don't think that IWM is just saying, no, I don't want to play with SPY and NASDAQ. I know, no. So IWM is lagging. IWM has still to do that. Yeah. Could be if we just continue tomorrow and Friday. Yeah. For IWM, the same shit. Yeah. Up, whatever the number is. For IWM, let's look. This was our V. We want to do an A. For IWM, the price target is 289. And for RA, breakout retest, bull market, bear market. Same shit. Yeah. So how would you play all this? I would really say myth out. Also not if you're not doing day trading, hands off. Yeah, especially now. Yeah. Because we could just go up or to a breakout retest, a small one. If we go into the 740, 750 range, I mean, I will still track it then. Yeah. Then we can talk about a longer dated puts, for example. And then the same thing, just wait for the breakout retest. Yeah. Then you can play in both directions. Doesn't matter, because you will see a massive reaction to the upside or a massive reaction to the downside. Yeah. So yeah, that's everything today. Okay. As always, explanation video here, playlist here, the big update video as always back here. If you liked it, leave a like. If you want to see more, leave an abo. And let's see what the market is giving us tomorrow. See ya.